This week on Country Music Junkies, we have Canadian country music singer-songwriter who is now based in Nashville, Tebey, on the phone. Tebey, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, I said that you were Nashville-based, which is where you live, but you had just mentioned to me before we started recording that you were actually in Edmonton today on your tour. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's been great. We kicked this thing off in Winnipeg on Friday, and we've been making our way west, slowly but surely. Got time off this afternoon. I'm actually hanging out at West Edmonton Mall. We're playing the Ranch in Edmonton tonight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. Now, I want to talk to you about your current single with Emerson Drive, Wake Me Up. What inspired the country version of the song that most people would know as Avicii?
It was just one of those things. It seemed like every time I got in my car this past summer, that song would come on the radio, or I'd be hearing it on television. It was everywhere. It's such a massive song, and you can definitely hear the country or even bluegrass influence in the original Avicii dance version. And I just thought it would make a great country song. And we were making this record this summer, and I just decided to take it into the studio and try it out if we were to countrify it a little bit. And sure enough, it came out pretty good, and the response has been absolutely tremendous.
Oh, absolutely. You're getting airplay, all over Canada and the U.S. and I'm sure abroad as well. It's a great song, and what you guys have been able to do to it is so cool, especially if you have heard both versions of the songs. What was it like working with Emerson Drive on this track? I know you've worked with them before and that sort of thing, but what was it like to kind of put a song together with them?
It was great. It was great to finally record with the guys. I mean, I've called them dear friends for a very long time now. We've written some hits together for those guys over the years, and to have them in the studio and to finally be working together in that capacity was amazing. It was just one of those things where Brad Mate, the lead singer, was in the studio one day when we were working on this record, and he loved our version of the song, and I was like, man, why don't you just hop in the booth over there and toss down a vocal, and we'll see what happens. And next thing you know, Emerson Drive is featured on the brand new single. There
you go. It's as easy as that, eh? That's awesome. So in terms of your new record, too, it's going to be released later this month. What can fans expect to hear from that?
Man, every time I go into the studio to make a record, I just want to try and better myself. And I think we've done that with this record. Your listeners will probably know several of the songs on there because Wake Me Up is actually the third single off the album.
Absolutely.
So we went 3 singles deep before we released it. But it's coming out next week, March 11th. The album's called 2. I'm really excited to finally have it out in stores, and hopefully the response will be good.
Excellent. Well, we're definitely looking forward to that. Now, your single, one of the singles off of this upcoming album, Till It's Gone, stayed 3 weeks at top 10. What was that like to have that kind of success with that song?
Amazing. Anytime you can get all the different country stations across the country playing your song, and that'll help you kind of push it into the top 10. It's an amazing experience. It's not easy getting a top 10 single, and even harder getting a top 5 or number 1. But when I heard that it had gone top 10, I was so excited. It's an amazing feeling when you get a song in the top 10.
Now, you've had a lot of success writing for other artists as well, both in country. You've written for, as you mentioned, Emerson Drive, Doc Walker, Big and Rich, Jason Blaine, but you've also expanded your writing to other kind of pop culture genres with One Direction, Sean Desmond, Flo Rida. What's it like writing for other people and having them have such success with one of your songs?
Well, it's amazing. My personal artist career is definitely country. There's no doubt about that. But anytime I can step outside the genre and work with people in other genres of music, it's amazing. I grew up listening to everything. I really did. As a kid, I would listen to everything from George Strait, which is country, to Boyz II Men, and even Nirvana.
Wow.
I have a very eclectic taste in music, and I find it quite easy, actually, to write outside of the country genre.
Well, that's awesome, and you've obviously done very well with that. But we do appreciate your country music, and we do appreciate all of the songs off of your current album, The Wait. I know that was released back in December of 2012. We had a lot of great songs on that, and we're looking forward to the upcoming album to be released next week, entitled 2. Now, you're on tour right now, and for those fans who haven't seen you perform live before, what can they expect from a Tebey live show?
Just a good time. I feel this is the second record, and we've probably had 5 or 6 singles out now, but I still feel like I'm a new artist. proving myself every time I get up on stage, and trying to to leave that city or that venue with a couple hundred new fans. So I just want to bring a good time, especially tonight in Edmonton. It's going to be great, and we actually have some fun with the show. We actually throw some cover songs in there. We do a country medley, or country versions of Bruno Mars and One Republic as well.
Oh, cool.
The Avicii cover kind of inspired us to take some pop songs and turn them country, so that's kind of fun.
Very cool. That's awesome. Now, if fans want to connect with you, if they want to find out when you are going to be in their city, where can they go?
Well, the easiest place is my website, tebeymusic.com, and that's spelled Tebey, music.com, or you can check me out on Facebook, /Tebey Music, or on Twitter, just Twitter, which is Tebey.
Awesome. Well, fans, be sure to check Tebey out online. Definitely visit tebeymusic.com. It has all of the links to his social media on there. Tebey, thank you so much. Have fun in Edmonton, and best of luck with the release of 2 next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Patrice.